All right, everyone. Now I need to talk about little Kamala. She decided to come out the other day and address people at the liberal conference there. And she is doing exactly the thing that Hillary Clinton did. And this does not surprise me at all. This is like the least surprising news you're probably going to hear all year. Kamala Harris is completely and totally clueless about the fact that she lost the election and the facts surrounding it. She's in denial, number one. Number two, she's blaming everyone else. This is exactly what Hillary did, by the way. And number three, she won't even really address it unless prompted at all. She simply wants to sloganeer, and then she starts lashing out at a segment of the public. This is again exactly what Hillary Clinton did. You remember with the comments that she made about the basket of deplorables. Now Kamala Harris is openly stating, "Well, I hope that Trump voters get what they deserve." Me too. I absolutely hope for that. So far, I'm reasonably pleased. Trump has made some mistakes. Generally speaking, though, he's delivering on his actual campaign pledges. That's why I voted for him in the first place. Now, I know exactly what she's doing. Kamala Harris is trying to grandstand as the anti-Trump. The reason why is because Trump cannot run for re-election again. If he does fail, he will do and this article mentions it explicitly, the I told you so thing. The whole goal is to wait and hope that Trump collapses the economy or starts a major war or something, and that whoever comes after him is incapable of winning. And then it's Kamala to the rescue. Well, I told you. Done told you so, chillins. And then she can come in and potentially actually be viable. Under the current circumstances, she would not be a viable candidate. But if things crash and burn, which is exactly what the Uniparty is gearing up to try to do, then all of a sudden she can say simply, I told you so. I told you it was a bad idea. Yeah, you stupid peasants out there, you dumb peasants, you stupid proles, you decided to vote for the wrong person and now you're suffering. Yeah, I'm the one making you suffer, but really, I mean, it's still your own fault because you voted for the other dude. You didn't vote for me, and so I'm angry at you, so I'm making you suffer. It's your own fault. You should stay in line. Step two, soldier. It's really a very, very authoritarian concept, what's being followed here. If you listen to her, this is Kamala in her own words. This is not somebody ascribing a quote to her or some right-wing blogger saying that she's an authoritarian. She's literally saying these things. We've got her on video saying them. It's sort of like that Jasmine bitch the other day that was talking about how illegal immigrants were important because someone had to pick the cotton and it wasn't going to be her. When they say it in their own words, believe them. When somebody says something, you should generally believe them, unless it's completely unbelievable. I have a bridge to sell you, or something like that. When somebody states a policy position and they are potentially running for office, I tend to believe exactly what they're saying. I may believe that it's total bullshit, but I believe that there's an ideological basis for it. So when Kamala complains about Trump voters and tells us in her own words, and some of us, by the way, are not Republicans, I hope you get what you deserve. All right, that works for me. I've got absolutely no problem with it. I mean, you're being a bitch, but at the same time, yeah, I hope the same thing. I hope that I get what I deserve. I would love to have a little more tax relief. I'd love it if inflation came down. Oh, wait, it's already doing that. So, problem solved. Kind of. Yeah, I would like to stay meaningfully employed, not start a war. These are all good things. I think that these are fairly unifying concepts. The thing is that Kamala is too ignorant and egotistically disposed to acknowledge the fact that the American people voted for that slurry of things. They want, generally speaking, they want the border to be clamped down on. Generally speaking, they want deportation. Generally speaking, they do not want to endanger the right to free speech, the right to keep and bear arms, the right to privacy, the states' rights, and so forth. States' rights, that can be hit or miss sometimes, but generally, they have voted in favor of not starting wars. Now, Donald Trump has made comments recently that disturb me slightly with regards to Iran. Thankfully, I do not believe that his intent is actually to begin a war. I think that his intent is to force negotiations. I have no problem with the Iranians. Personally, I don't give a shit if they enrich uranium. I really don't care. Oh, you're 4,000 miles away from my country, and you do not have the capability of fighting our military in any meaningful sense. Well, then why do I care if you enrich uranium? It makes no sense to me. That being said, I do not believe a war will break out. Kamala, meanwhile, you know, and even the liberals know this. Some of them probably support the concept. One of the first things that she would do had she been elected to the presidency is start a war, because she would have been under monumental pressure to assert herself because she is female. Here's the problem with having a female president. If you gain a female president, they're going to feel like they have to be one of the good old boys. They're going to feel pressured to start a war or to crack down on some domestic problem in a violent manner. That way, they can say, well, I can do the, I have this, I've got the toys that make the noise too. Kamala would be flying around in Marine One on a regular basis. She'd be touring military sites. You just know this. Hillary would have done the same thing. Although Hillary is such a cutthroat, I think that people would be more afraid of her, actually. With Kamala, it'd be more like I have to prove myself. With Hillary, it's more like, hey, don't fuck with me. Would have almost been funny to elect Hillary Clinton. I'd be living in real life Fallout at the moment. I certainly wouldn't be making YouTube videos because the internet would be very much dead. I'd probably be out by the barrel burning scrap for warmth and eating a squirrel or something like that. That would be Hillary Clinton's America. In Kamala's America, it would be more like fucking clown world. I don't think that she'd start World War III, although she's dumb enough to do so. It'd be more like she would be the egotist in chief, and definitely the White House would be lavishly redecorated. And then she would cuck her husband, and it would be hysterical. It would also be economically dysfunctional, though, and wars could break out. So, yeah, it makes sense. Anyway, I think that we've dodged one hell of a bullet with not electing Kamala, given her reaction to losing the election, given this particular clip. Um, yeah, we dodged a big one. We didn't just dodge a bullet, we did what Trump did and dodged a Ukrainian RPG. That's about all. Peace out.